Welcome all. This is Srimai Majumdar from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science. I have been dealing with the speech process. We have covered 2 segments of this particular chapter, and I shall continue to deal with the concluding segment of this chapter. In part 3, we shall deal with fluency and self-expression. What is fluency? Fluency means to speak without jarring your speed, your thoughts, without stopping the ideas in between, having a smooth flow of one idea to another idea with proper words, expressions. Fluency comes from a grip on your grammar, on the language, on the richness of your vocabulary. So the more one speaks, the more fluent he or she is. Her self-expression or his self-expression becomes richer, finer compared to others. So how do we achieve fluency and self-expression will be part of our discussion. Fluency comes from the following points: articulation, proper pronunciation, proper pitch, voice quality, accent, and intonation. Let me explain each term. Articulation means to speak the language fluently, clearly, confidently, so that it shows the meaning, so that it expresses the content clearly. Articulation comes from a habit, comes from a practice. One must be able to modify the voice, the breath, the words. One must be able to control the pitch. One must be able to use the correct words, the sound. Everything is involved in the process of articulation. When we talk of pronunciation, good pronunciation is very, very important. By good pronunciation, we mean that while we are speaking, our vowels, our consonants should be clearly heard. The sound of each word should be absolutely clear for the listener to understand. And this can be achieved by proper pitching. Pitching means how much do I throw my voice. The throw of my voice will carry the sound to the other party. I may speak very clearly, but if my pitching is not correct, my pitching is insufficient, it will not carry the sound, it will not carry the meaning of that voice, of that sound, or of that sentence, of the content. Therefore, pitching is important. Along with pitching, voice quality is very, very important. Voice quality should match the occasion. If it is a classroom lecture, if it is a debate, if it is a conference, if it is a group discussion, the voice quality has to be formal, pleasant, not antagonistic, very, very polite. But at the same time, if we are talking to our classmates, or maybe in the canteen, maybe it's a formal party, the voice quality may be very, very informal. Therefore, voice quality is to be controlled according to the situation. Lastly, accent and intonation. Accent is very, what should I say? Accent comes from the cultural milieu. If we Indians speak English, it will be a little different from Englishman's English or the American English. But The language should be clear. Whatever the accent may be, it should be heard, it should be understood. The intonation is the variation of the pitch of the voice, in what the tonal quality of the voice, whether if it is a song, if it is a prayer, if it is a lecture, each area has a different tonal quality. This intonation should be suitable according to the situation, according to the space that we are in. The art of speaking does not stop only at language or the use of language or the space. There is an important area which is associated with speech. This is body language. When we talk, our posture, how we are sitting, how we are standing, whether our body is letting out an aggressive pose, or is it a friendly, comfortable pose, the posture itself will indicate the atmosphere of the conversation. Similarly, eye contact with the listener is very, very important. It will indicate whether we are paying attention, it will indicate whether we are sincere, whether we are pleasant in our interaction, whether we have confidence in that particular conversation. In case of more than one listener, supposing if it is a GD, a group discussion, the eye contact must be held with, or at least one should try to have eye contact with everyone. Avoiding eye contact gives a negative message, as if someone is hiding something, someone is avoiding someone. Therefore, direct, friendly eye contact is important during a conversation. Similarly, facial expression should be pleasant, should be positive, should be natural. It must not give any indication that I have negative feelings about the listener, or I am not comfortable with the atmosphere I am in. Therefore, facial expression should match the content of the speech, should match the atmosphere of the setup of the milieu. The speaker should be his or her natural self. There should be no hidden expression. And it is important that facial expression is also an expression of our cultural upbringing. Whether we are polite, whether we can conduct ourselves correctly in a gathering is important, and that is read through facial expressions. Similarly, appropriate features, by appropriate features, we mean appropriate gestures also. By features, the atmosphere, the body should be the natural body language. There should not be nervousness. By features we talk about the environment that we are in. There must not be any harshness in this particular conversation, and the body movements, the postures should match. The gestures should match the conversation, should match the theme that we are in. The gesture or the body movement should be pleasant. If we say hello, a handshake would be welcome. If we say we enjoyed the session, a smile should be welcome. If we say goodbye, then a hand movement is welcome. If we say victory, a victory sign will be welcome. Therefore, gestures and body movements are important parts, very, very interlinked, integrated with the speech process. With that, we come to the end of this chapter. I hope you have enjoyed the talk. We shall continue to have more discussions on business communication, Hope to see you again. Thank you.